This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 84 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's topic is sponsored by Equestrian Collections, the whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips. Visit equestriancollections.com. Enjoy today's tip. I'm Glenn McGeek from Lexington, Kentucky, and welcome back to Horse Tip Daily. Today we have Jessica Phoenix back with us. Jessica qualified for the Canadian eventing team in 2008 and is one of the upcoming stars in Canadian eventing. She also has a large lesson program in Canada and is one of the most delightful people I've ever had the opportunity to work with on the radio. And we'll get to Jessica right after these few short words about Equestrian Collections. Well, it's that time of year again to think about your holiday shopping, and Equestrian Collections has a ton of stuff to take a look at for the holiday gift ideas. Just stop over to equestriancollections.com and follow the gifts link there, and you can find anything that you'll want for that horse lover in your life, whether it be the horse husband or the horse wife or the horse kids. You'll find it all over at equestriancollections.com. You know, any given day, they have over $100 million of products for you to choose from, and they're ready to send them out to you for your holiday gifts. Equestrian Collections puts the whole universe of equestrian shopping at your fingertips at a price you can afford, and that's also important in this particular holiday season. So check it out, equestriancollections.com, for all of your holiday shopping. Let's welcome eventer Jessica Phoenix on the line. Well, hi, Jessica, and welcome to Horse Tip Daily. I should say welcome back. You've been here a number of times, and you always come out with the best tips. And the one thing I like about your tips is you keep them very simple and easy to understand.
Well, I think that's how we have to approach the horses, because they're pretty simple animals themselves. I think as riders, we typically tend to overcomplicate things for them.
Well, I think we tend to overcomplicate things for ourselves, too.
Yeah, right.
I think that's a life thing. But you're right. And you know, especially if you're a little bit ADD and type A like I am,
Yes.
then it even gets worse, because then you're overthinking everything.
Yes.
But, you know, that's one of the things I liked about, I used to have some driving ponies and hope to again here soon, was going out driving, is because I didn't compete. I had no desire to compete. I just drove for fun. And that was time when you could just de-stress and, you know, not have to overcomplicate things.
For sure.
So with somebody like you who's a professional eventer, do you ever take time to just go out and ride for fun without training or anything else?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think a huge part of training is just keeping it fun and playful for the horses. And that's actually what I'm going to talk a little bit about today, is that if every single time...
we didn't have that planned.
The new one.
No, what I was going to say is I led you right into that, and that wasn't planned. I just...
That's okay. Actually, as you were talking about it, I thought, I need to talk about this.
Okay, go ahead.
It's really important. Yeah, so just every time you get on your horse, you have to think that they're an animal and that they're not a machine, and you can't just get on and sort of drill away at things. So it's so important, and it's an aspect that's sometimes overlooked, especially as you get into a competitive season, is you have to keep pulling yourself back and reminding yourself that they're animals. And you have to keep it really fun for them. Like if you can come out and play with them, even if it's just out in their field, like you can play with them in their field and just keep it interesting for them, so that every time you're getting them, they don't think of it as work. Because mentally we get pretty demanding of them, and you have to think that they're pretty simple animals. They don't require a lot. So the more playful you can keep everything for them, the better.
I know my wife used to event also, and one of her cardinal things was that with her eventers, pretty much at any level, she would take them out at least once a week just for a nice, quiet trail ride. No trotting, just walking.
Yep.
Just a nice, quiet trail ride that everybody could enjoy.
Exactly. And I think that's key.
Do you do that as well? With
all levels of the horses.
Yeah.
Just because it's time for them to just decompress a little bit, so that they don't find everything stressful.
Right, so that every time you get on, it becomes an event for them. You know, that's what you're trying to avoid.
Exactly.
But we all know
another
that we all know those type A's, Jessica, who just
Yeah,
don't
right.
understand that. You know, they just don't get that.
Not me at all, right? Anyone you can ask, they're like, you are a type A personality.
So how often do you recommend? As I said, my wife tried to do that about once a week. I don't know if that's too much or too little.
I think once a week, even if you do it before a dressage school or after a dressage school or in the middle of a dressage school, I think it's really important just to have them go off and just be able to relax and just have fun with your horse.
I think that gets lost sometimes when you're competing too.
I think it's hard. Yeah, it's difficult, and you start thinking about everything that you have to do and accomplish, and you have to get them stronger. And at the end of the day, if they are mentally happy and relaxed, they will do so much more for you.
Right.
Than if you've just hammered away at them.
So you are accomplishing something. You just, it doesn't seem like it at the time.
You're accomplishing, you're accomplishing that bond and that trust, right?
Right.
And I think that's key, is that they have to trust you, and they have to want to work for you. So you have to keep it playful and just go out. And sometimes I do just ride them bareback with a halter. It's just fun for them, you know.
Now, how old were you when you started riding?
This sounds funny, but I got a pony for my first birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was I was 1 and my sister was 3, and my parents brought us a pony home.
So you were riding from little. Now, were your parents riders, or?
My parents sort of did it as a hobby. They had a little 2-acre horse farm, a little 4-stall barn, and we always just had the horses in the backyard and would just play around with them. And I started riding Western and doing all of the Western gaming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we would trail ride a lot as a family. We actually went on camping trips with our horses.
Oh, that's fun.
And you know what? Even Exploring, who I made the Olympic team with last year, he has gone camping before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they get tied to trees, and
oh, well, he's the only 3-star eventing horse that's been camping tied to a tree. I guarantee you that.
And he was like a very high-strung, thoroughbred 4-year-old, and you would be amazed. When we took him there, he was 4, and he was tied to the tree just like all of the other horses, and he just stood there, and it's amazing how much they relax.
Well, now you're in Canada. How popular is like eventing? Are Western sports more popular than English sports, or is it about the same? Or
it's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that you just, or last month actually, by the time this airs, you had the Calgary Stampede, and I've always wanted to go see that.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
I have not been there, but Joel, my husband Joel, actually was out there working at the cow show for the Stampede, and he said it's incredible. Like, they closed the whole city down.
It just looks like a blast.
For the whole Stampede.
Yeah, it just looks like a blast, you know?
One big party.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we come up, one of these days we're going to come up and we're going to do a show from there. And if we come up and do a show, we're going to have you come over.
That would be amazing.
That would be fun. It would be fun to do.
I would love to do that.
Talk about de-stressing. We're talking about de-stressing your horses. I imagine the Calgary Stampede's the kind of thing where you de-stress yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. And we will have you back on again soon. Are you still taking students?
Yes, I am.
And where can they find out more about your lesson program and everything else you do?
JessicaPhoenix.ca.
All right, it's JessicaPhoenix.ca. And, of course, we have a page on our website all about Jessica at HorseTipDaily.com. And we do appreciate you stopping by, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Great, thank you.
Jessica back with us. She'll be back again periodically with more training tips. If you like Jessica and want to learn more about her, visit JessicaPhoenix.ca. Jessica is also our spotlight eventer for the World Equestrian Games show at the 2010 radio show. You can hear her initial interview we did there at 2010radioshow.com, episode number 42. We'll actually have a geek Christmas pick for you today. Well, from now through the holiday season, I thought I'd make some recommendations of some cool things that we're finding here at the Horse Radio Network as Christmas holiday gifts. And one of those cool things is one of our favorite singers, Templeton Thompson. Templeton is sort of sings country horsey songs, and she's very popular in the horse community, and she's one of my favorite people. She calls me her cowboy. Well, she's everybody's cowgirl, and she just finished a new CD called Life on Planet Cowgirl. Has some great songs on it. She has her own unique style, and she is one of the most delightful, upbeat, just wonderful people that you will ever meet. We had a great time. We just had her on the Stable Scoop radio show. If you go to stablescoop.com, episode 65, you'll hear Templeton on there, and you will just fall in love with Templeton. She is one of the most delightful people, as I said. And this new CD is called Life on Planet Cowgirl. You can find it at lifeonplanetcowgirl.com. And I just thought I'd play a track or two here for you, just a little snippet of some songs. The title song, Life on Planet Cowgirl, is on this CD as well, and here's a little bit of it.
Fearlessly flying and wholehearted diving, and I'm loving living this life on Planet Cowgirl, and it's standing up for what you know is right and true, even if you're.
Well, that song is called Life on Planet Cowgirl. It's the title song for the CD. And we asked Templeton which is her favorite song, and she really likes one on this CD called Happy House. And here's a little bit of Templeton's favorite song.
A happy house is built on love, filled with dreams, man, that's the stuff. Our happy house, it's got 3 good dogs, and a scratch on the head is all they want. There's a lesson there, take it all in stride.
That was Templeton's favorite song on the CD called Happy House. And now my favorite song on this particular CD. I'll play a little bit of it here. It's called Follow Me Around.
Since I found my 4-leaf clover, seems like good stuff just keeps happening all over. So I won't waste time asking why, while fortune's smiling.
Well, that song is called Follow Me Around. And again, this is all from Templeton Thompson's new CD called Life on Planet Cowgirl. You can actually download all of the songs for $9.99, or you can buy the CD if you want to give it as a gift for $14.95 or something like that. You just go to lifeonplanetcowgirl.com or go to templetonthompson.com. Well, thanks, Tempe. We appreciated you being on the show. It was a lot of fun. Well, everybody, you have a great ride. Enjoy your day, and we look forward to talking to you again tomorrow on Horse Tip Daily.